Good morning, Matthew Kershaw. We are checking out Final Fantasy Type-0 HD. Whew, what a mouthful.
Their hair is really swishy.
It's
very anime.
It's really nice.
It has to be a Final Fantasy game.
Has to be. They all look 12 and they have beautiful hair, so...
What's up with their, like, outfits? They look like they should be in, like, the Order.
Yeah, it's, they're old school kids, or college kids, or Magic
Oh,
Academy
of course,
kids.
that's what I used to wear in high school.
I know. I used to wear a blazer, so I was almost there, but I didn't have the sick-ass buckles and cape.
Never mind.
And the golden shoulder pieces.
Yeah, have you noticed the shoulder pieces kind of warp and it's stuck to the arms?
Yeah.
It's proper funky. Anyway, this is the best looking
Thank you.
piece, I guess, of Final Fantasy Type-0 HD, because this is a PSP game that they've remastered. So they've remastered the characters, you know, the main cast or whatever, and they look great. Everything else looks like shit. It's amazing.
I was gonna say, you pan the camera and it looked like you were going into, like, hyperdrive. All the textures just sort of stretched outwards.
Yeah, it is the worst. That camera is the fucking worst. I felt sick at times. If you're really paying attention to the combat and you turn the camera, and of course you do because it's combat.
Yeah.
Well, the lock-on camera does it for you, and it's proper schizophrenic. It's
But I don't
yeah,
think I
it's
felt it as strongly as you.
just kind of induces sickness, I guess.
Well, essentially.
So I just wanted to show off a bit of this game without any spoilers. So this is maybe about 15 hours into the game. There shouldn't be anything too spoilery in here.
I thought you told me that all the people were named after cards.
Yeah, Trey is 3. Some of them are in different languages.
Of course, yeah. Fuck, I was trying to work that out.
But Machina and Rem aren't, because they're not real members of Class 0. So you're an elite military fighting force that just happens to be magical kids. Because of course you are.
Is this Ruby?
Basically, the girl with the sort of like some of her hair was at a bun at the back, white hair. She actually has a sick ass scythe, so it's pretty close to Ruby. So this is the actual cutscenes, which look worse than the real game, I thought, because I think they're just like, you know, uncompressed PSP cutscenes, and they all seem to be green, or the early ones are brown. It's proper weird.
Oh, good.
See what I mean? The main game looks sharper than the...
Are you hurt?
Yeah, it doesn't look bad. It's clearly been up-resed if this was on a PSP.
Yeah, the character models look, they do look really good. They got really nice hair physics, really nice cloak and skirt physics. All unique, character unique. Has to be. It's kind of strange when you do...
The enemy?
No.
They go out their way to give people animations that are like, I don't know, kind of funky. Like people grabbing their skirts and shit in the middle of combat. It's kind of weird.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
It's a very Japanese game.
Yeah, intensely, yeah.
I've reached the Dominion.
You can tell because the voice acting is horrendous.
I didn't want to mention it, but yeah, these voices are really bad.
Oh, Ace sounds like
What
he's
the
like
fuck is
5.
that?
That's a Moogle, right? I don't know anything about Final Fantasy. I've bought tons of them. I played part of one of them. And, yeah, Moogles, I just can't deal with them.
That movement.
Yeah, don't look at it too much. Just look at your character, and don't look at the scenery around you. So this is the overworld map. You kind of exist. Sometimes you fight on the overworld map. Most of the time, though, you just get transported into encounters. You know, like you do in any JRPG.
Yeah.
Only what makes this game so much fun is the combat system, because it's super fast. I don't want to call it active, because I think that's what Final Fantasy 13 had, which was kind of like turn-based but real-time. But yeah, this is just straight-up real-time combat. You know, you're busting combos and shit.
Are they shooting them?
Yeah, you know, Final Fantasy's weird, right? You're in a world where, like, people use swords and spears, and guns, and magic, and dragons. Like, there's thousands of dragons just in armies and shit. It's weird. You just have to accept it. So you see when the yellow or red target appeared around them, that's like a critical strike if you land a hit in that time. So you can spam your attacks, but you'll be doing a lot less damage, basically, because you won't be waiting for criticals to appear. So it's kind of like Bayonetta in that you have to wait for the right moment to strike.
Yeah.
Which is... It's, I don't know, I found it a lot of fun. I think the dodging's really nice. All the animations are great. It's just unfortunate that the camera is so, makes you so queasy, I guess.
Yeah. It's like, during these battles I can barely tell what's happening because everything's just moving so fast that the camera doesn't really help.
No, you just have to take my word for it that it's super fun to play. It's really it got me thinking about like what if they just made a Pokemon game like this or something, because they basically came from the same JRPG roots. Like,
I was going to say it has the same thing as Pokemon, where you can travel the overworld and have random encounters.
Yeah, you've got your Pokemon has a meter, doesn't it, or is it just health? I guess
health.
each move has a meter, doesn't it? So a number of times you can use it.
Yep.
You've got your 4 moves. I think it could really work, like if you had like Pokemon Colosseum 2, all in this kind of combat.
Yeah.
Would be sick. They're never going to do it though.
Unfortunately, no. Although that's what a Pokken tournament can be instead.
Yeah, is that like some weird Tekken mod, or is it a real game?
It's Tekken cross Pokemon.
But it's like legit, like people are being paid to make it.
Yes.
That's weird. Because Tekken's the one where you throw people in volcanoes and shit, isn't it? That's all that ever happens in them games.
Tekken's the one with like the tiger, is what I remember.
It's been ages. I'm assuming everyone's anime with big hair and bigger boobs.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is 7. She's probably one of my favorites. This is the other thing. All these characters have unique. I don't want to say movesets because you can mix and match the magic and, you know, basically pick it as if it would be loadouts. But all their main weapon is completely unique and stuff, and they play quite differently. One guy, Jack, uses a katana, and he's super slow, so everything you're doing with him is dodging and then hitting. Like, that's all you can really do with them. But they play completely different than her. Like, she can pull herself over to enemies, you know, like Scorpion-style chain whip thing. Yeah, they're very different. A lot of people, there's a couple of people with pistols, and even the 2 pistol people play quite differently. It's
Is
a lot
the
of fun.
overworld supposed to be this barren? Like, there's nothing there except just deserts.
Yeah, it's some of the battles you do like almost strategic, like, you know, strategy game sort of like battles on the overworld as well, where you're commanding troops and ordering different bases to send troops to different places, which is weird. I did not expect it to be in this game.
I've never played a Final Fantasy game in my life, so I have no idea any gameplay mechanics in this.
Well, this is a hell of a lot more interesting than 13, I'll tell you that much for free. So you can see this woman, she's wearing bicycle shorts, so of course her skirt flies a lot more than the other girls.
Oh yeah, because they can reveal more. Yep.
Yeah. Which is... That's what I mean when I say they have unique physics, is like... Yeah, all the skirts act differently. One of the girls always seems to, like, I don't know, mess with her heel when she harvests Phantoma, which is that thing that you're doing when you're sucking the souls from them, which is, like, perfect upskirt shot. It's proper weird. Proper weird. It's, yeah, it's interesting. It's quite dark. Like, early on, you see just, like, a chocobo getting gunned down in the street, which is kind of sad. That carries on. There's some surprise, shocking moments, people getting shot in the head and stuff, which is... Yeah, totally unexpected.
They're just trying to go into Persona.
Yeah, basically. They're trying to invoke their own personas.
Yep.
Summon down Izanagi. No, they don't have invokers in Persona 4. They got rid of that shit after 3, which is disappointing. I still haven't finished Persona 3, which is maybe the saddest thing of my life. I spent like 50 hours in that game and still haven't finished it.
Instead you put like 20 hours into this.
Yeah, I'm about 22 hours in now. I think it's about 30 hours long, so I'm looking forward to wrapping it up. It's been cool. Interesting game. It does feel like it's a PSP game though, which is not a great feeling. But yeah, thank you for joining us.
Auf Wiedersehen.